This poster describes an improved equation for electrostatic force and potential using just Planck and the field strength scaling ratio of Bohr versus the radius edge. Now, currently there's current version, which is the Coulomb constant, or the 1 over 4 pi, the permittivity of space. These are fine, but those are mixed constants. What I'm going to show here is that actually separates into the cleaner Planck h hat times c version, the number of particles, so no more charge, as well as then a scaled distance based upon that comparison of the equilibrium versus the edge, and an adjustment for mass. Now, the proof of this goes through a few steps. Obviously, we have to expand that permittivity. Epsilon 0 is based upon the equation here. Further, I want to take a new understanding of the fine structure constant. I don't call that a constant, I call that a scaling factor, because the most important subatomic distance is the conversion of these two distances. So that alpha is equal to the root of the edge over the equilibrium Bohr radius. So by direct substitution for those two sections, I can do the following, basically getting that Coulomb constant into just Planck and the scared. Now the last part here is not scaled properly though, because it is not related to that. So I do one additional step, which is to make this a radius versus the scale. So by separating these mixed constants from the scaling factors, I can get first pure constants that are really strength of fields, okay? Then I can get scaling factors, which are things that tell me a position with a field, inside a field, as its strength, which means I now have much more flexibility. And I want to eliminate all the current mixed numbers. Coulomb's constant, permittivity of space, magnetic constants, electric constants. So this means we have physical meaning. The energy is delivered from an integer number of particles at the equilibrium distance. I don't just consider it Planck. Hc, or h hat c, is Planck at Bohr. Now, also that means though, that as you scale up, that means the math becomes appropriate within the field. And of course, as electrostatic force, you have the mass signs. Fine structure constant is the fine scaling factor, as I discussed. Now, how does this work? You see, if you take this Planck and you up it from the particle radius to the Bohr radius, you get this ratio, the square root of that being this ratio of A sub O over R sub E. That's both the fine structure constant with the appropriate scaling. So as a result, I hope other people can use this approach to eliminate those mixed concepts, and in every equation use units. It will make it easier to not break conservation of energy, to not get the wrong things. So my hope is that other people can use this approach and I will be able to help others. Thank you.